Welcome to episode 31 of Fire Sale Franchise. So this week we've got week 7, the bye week, and week 8. And of course, with it being week 8, at the end of this one, we'll just take a look at the standings and stuff once we've played 8 games. And then at the start of the next one, we can take a look at stats and stuff at the halfway point. That said, I tend to try and look at the stats and then I kind of forget and just move on. But we'll see what happens. Obviously this one, we're just got to play these games. This is going to be a tough one against the Seahawks. We struggled against them last season. Of course, we're playing very well right now, but that could always change. These players ready to negotiate? I don't want to negotiate with, but I'm not quite ready to just cancel negotiations. I'm not stone-hearted enough for that, so we're just going to basically play the Seahawks now. Of course, look at their depth chart first. They have a 78 rated second-year player from Notre Dame at left tackle, a rookie center 75 rated, and a second-year right tackle 78 rated. Second-year left outside linebacker Brendan Burgess. Not a bad bunch of corners, obviously Sherman. They've got Cyrus Jones on the team, second-year corner who's a 76 overall, and a rookie who's a 70 overall, and their safeties, both of them still there, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. So looking at the Seahawks roster, something I see for them is very good wide receivers. We've not really been tested with a whole bunch of good receivers. If you remember looking at the other teams when I have shown them, they've not been great. This time, they've got Doug Baldwin who's in the 90s, and the next two wide receivers, Lockett and Curse, are both 83 rated. That said, of course, we did play the Falcons last week with Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu, and they did actually burn us a little bit. It was a tricky game in that regard. So it's interesting to see how we match up against these Seahawks. So we've got the Seahawks in a 3rd and 5 here. Russell Wilson looks to run with it, changes his mind and just runs straight into Dion Jordan and gifts him the sack. So we've got the ball now on 2nd and 18. Throws it up there to Brandon Coleman, who drops the ball. Usually very safe-handed, doesn't make the catch there, so the Seahawks back with the ball again. Russell Wilson rolls out right, completes to Jimmy Graham, but Kevin Pierre-Louis breaks that pass up. And now they've got the ball 1st and goal on the 6-yard line. So looking to pass, fake pump, then throws it, knocked down, but then caught again by Jimmy Graham. Somehow they made that catch. It was knocked down by the defenders, or rather knocked up, and Jimmy Graham catches it at the back of the end zone for the touchdown. So we're down 7-0. And that's completion to our tight end, Chance Sugars, but Sherman just stands him up. Strong tackling from Richard Sherman. And on 3rd and 1, we run up the middle with Keith Marshall. He picks up a solid 10-15 yards there on his first rush of the day. Now 2nd and 7 on the 27. Sitting, dropping back, looking to pass. Can't see anybody quick enough. The cornerback blitz gets him there. Took him by surprise. Nobody expected that to come. And then on 3rd and 13, a lofted pass out to Sugars, who doesn't have a chance to get a first down there. So we have to settle for a field goal. Seahawks back with the ball. 2nd and 4. Nice completion. Nickerson fails to make the tackle. Finally, in the end, DeJuan Smith comes in there, finally makes the tackle. We stop them in the end. And on 1st and 10, a pass out to Moreland, who breaks through the first tackle, fights through the next 2 tackles, and Blake Moreland is a beast. So 3rd and 5 on the 14, play action, and before Sitton can do anything, he's sacked, and again on the corner blitz. Mayo causing us some serious problems. And on 3rd and 2, the Seahawks have the ball run. Do they get it? No, they were just short apparently. 4th and 1. If we watch here, there's their first down marker. I would have said maybe that was over, but they gave us the ball back, so I'll take it. Chance Sugars here picking up some nice yards, just riding that challenge out of bounds. 1st and 10, a run to the left with Keith Marshall, who picks up some real nice yards there. He's been picking up big chunks today, 4 yards, 30 yards, 3rd and 5, sitting looking around, can't see anything, so he runs for it himself, dives forward there at the end instead of sliding, picks up some good yardage. 1st and 10 on the 31 now, pass out to Sugars, who loses the first guy and then gets tackled again by Sherman. Sherman just putting our guys on the floor. Very strong tackler, again Sitton runs for it, this time slides down safely on the 6-yard line. And now we wanted to pitch it to the left here, but Earl Thomas is just stood there practically waiting for that exact play. So we send Malcolm Mitchell over there to block him, and let's see if this works out for us. Keith Marshall to the left, Malcolm Mitchell with the perfect block, just lets Keith Marshall walk into the end zone there. Got to give plenty of credit there to Malcolm Mitchell with a great block. And that puts us up 13-7 with only 20 seconds left, but Procise finds a hole there, breaks through. Kevin Pierre-Louis is chasing him, but he can't catch him, and it looks like he's about to go in for the touchdown. Nobody managed to get him, and before the half ends, he manages to go for a 76-yard touchdown and make it 14-13. So this starts the second half here on 3rd and 8, a pass to Thomas, who falls down, and on 4th and 1, so we have to turn the ball over, but we punted them into the 5 here. Russell Wilson, though, manages to find a guy on 3rd and 10 finally, so they come upfield there. to the 25-yard line. Now it's 1st and 10 on the 47. Broken tackle there by Precise, but then Trey Flowers manages to make the tackle for a loss of a yard. And now 2nd and 11 on the 48. A run again, and this time he's free again. He just broke a huge one at the end of the first half, and it looks like he's about to break another big one in the first drive of the second half. Precise, 2 huge runs, this one a 48-yard touchdown run. And on 3rd and 8, play action pass there. It was a little bit behind Tajay Sharp, and he gets injured on that hit as well, so we had to punt it away. And now 1st and 10 on the 21, and Stuckey in with a sack, in with the forced fumble. Dion Jordan is going to be the first guy to get there, goes straight into the end zone for the touchdown. And we get a touchdown from our defense when we needed it the most, just as our offense wasn't able to move the ball effectively. We come in and get a defensive touchdown. Christian Stuckey straight to Russell Wilson. There was a play action. He didn't bite for a second. Forces the fumble. Dion Jordan able to pick the ball up and just dance into the end zone. And we went for 2 points, didn't get it, so we're down by 2, 21-19. Now 1st and 10, and Stuckey again in just absolutely lays Precise onto the floor. And we get the ball 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. Sitton throws one up for Sugars, who gets it. Wagner misses the tackle, and Sugars can just run into the end zone now. Thomas was right behind him, didn't get there in time, and we go ahead. So that defensive touchdown really turned this around. We were down before, now we're up 26-21. In a matter of a couple of drives, we turn it around completely. Now Tyler Lockett, we know he's dangerous, returns the football and could just go straight through the middle. There's absolutely nobody near him. Akeem Davis is the closest, and he runs out of energy and is not going to be able to catch him. And Tyler Lockett returns it for a 103-yard touchdown. Just as we went ahead, we now go behind again from a ridiculous kick return touchdown, but they go for 2. What's the rule? You don't go for 2. They don't get that, so it's still 27-26 though. We're down by a point. 10 seconds in the 3rd quarter, and a nice play there to Sugars, who picks up a nice amount of yards. But now it's 3rd and 10. We've got streaks going on. Nobody's open. Sitton has to roll out to the right, throws it short to DJ Foster, who is tackled by Sherman, but we can see a flag. It was defensive holding that gave us an automatic 1st down. So now 2nd and 4 on the 31. Keith Marshall picks up a nice 1st down on that play. And then on 3rd and 1, Keith Marshall picks up another nice 1st down on that play. Takes us inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And another run here with Keith Marshall again. And they stop just short there on the 1-yard line. And we go for a run with Cowan here, who tries to punch it in and is just short on the 1 yard. That was 3rd and goal, so we have to kick it. But we look there, that's with his knee still not down. To me, that looks over the line. I did challenge it. It wasn't overturned, so we just had to go for the field goal. But that does put us up by 2 points. And Wilson all day in the pocket there to throw it. Throws it up. Kevin Pierre-Lewis caught that one, but his foot came down out of bounds. Very close to an interception there. 3rd and 14 now. And Russell Wilson is sacked by the rookie defensive tackle, Jamarcus Vance. Very nice play from him there. So 2nd and 10, a run with Keith Marshall. Gets around that contact and gets upfield for a gain of 8 on 3rd and 2. We go with Cowan, and he's met at the line by at least 2 defensive linemen. So he stopped short there. We punt them inside the 5 again. Russell Wilson is hit in the end zone, but Dion Jordan tackles him out of the end zone. So it wasn't a safety. They have to punt it from the 3. Marquise Goodwin is able to pick it up just in front of the 45 now. Cuts left to pick up even more. He's now inside the 30. Tries to pull a move there. Doesn't get it, but he gets inside the 25 there on the punt return. And on 3rd and 3, we go for a pitch to Cowan. He goes in and just shrugs off the contact from Sherman. That's what we know Cowan for. Just walking by guys. Very strong run from him, and it puts us up 36-27. And on 4th and 20 here, Russell Wilson is sacked for the 3rd time by Dion Jordan. Game over. That was a wild game with a lot of things happening in it, and I'm pretty sure we were down the entire time, obviously, until we can see there at the end we finally got ahead of them and stayed ahead of them. Lance Sitton played very well, 200 yards, 73% completion percentage, a touchdown. Keith Marshall coming back, 4.6 yards, 79 yards and a touchdown. Nate Cowan, a touchdown, 35 yards. Chance Suggart's back to getting a whole bunch of yards, and nobody else really picking up much. I'd say obviously Brandon Cohen picked up 47 in one, but outside of that, not many passes going to other guys. Stuckey is buried at the bottom here with only 2 tackles. Now, of course, one of those was a sack, but at the top is Dion Jordan, who also had 3 sacks. So tackles for loss, Trey Flowers, David Onyemata. It was a running game today. Jamarcus Vance, a sack, and Christian Stuckey, that all-important sack that turned the game, was taken back for a touchdown, caused the forced fumble. It was an incredible play. Stuckey, the rookie, you are our hero. And obviously Dion Jordan took it back for the touchdown. And that is that. Still unbeaten. Oh, this one was incredibly close. So all that's left to do this week is scout players, and I will be scouting some more linemen. It was pointed out that we probably do need better protection for him. And although everybody's a rookie, and that's why I'm kind of staying away from linemen, you can never have a too good a lineman until he's an incredibly good lineman. And maybe we'll take Demont Buck here, Michigan State. That means he'll have been Stuckey's teammate, and we trust Stuckey and anyone that's ever played with him. So it's just the bye week, but Malcolm Mitchell's contract negotiations are up. Obviously, we've got to scout players this week as well, so we'll get straight into this one. Now let's see, hopefully this will be fine. I'm going to try just make this offer and see if they're all going to be accurate again, because obviously we get a second chance with him. If it's not, that is exactly the offer you were hoping to get. I'm glad it is. That's it with the bye week there. Nobody worth negotiating with there. So it's time to play the Falcons. We already looked at the Falcons team the first time we played them, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there weren't any worthwhile rookies anywhere. The last time we played them, we were away and we beat them. Let's see how they do when they have to come to us. So the Falcons have been moving the ball pretty well so far, but Jamarcus Vance there rolls off his block and tackles Devontae Freeman for a loss. And now on 3rd and 7, we've got a chance to stop him, but a nice completion there. I say nice, not nice, and a couple of missed tackles as well before Stuckey finally puts him on the floor. And we've got to be one of the few teams that enjoys the chance to put our goal line defense out there, but they play so well. And on 3rd and goal, going for the pass, a completion there right in front of the end zone, but 5-6 defenders coming in to stop him on the 1 yard line there. And we run to the right with Keith Marshall, and he picks up a real nice big gain there on his first run of the day, 14 yards. But nothing came of it. Falcons back with the ball, completion over the middle there. They're not struggling to move the ball right now, they're doing it quite easily. 1st and 10 though, Matt Ryan is sacked by Kevin Pierre-Louis, coming in there making the tackle. On 3rd and 9, back to pass, looking around, he has the time until pressure comes. Hit, but he manages to get rid of the ball, but still they're going to have to punt it away, so we get the ball back, down 3-0. Sitton throws it out to Sugars, who turns upfield, makes the first guy miss, picks up a bunch more yards afterwards. That's a real nice pickup of 20 yards on his first catch. Now Keith Marshall back to the right again, picks up a first down on that run, 2 rushes, 24 yards right now. And on 3rd and 2, we run with Keith Marshall again, but he gets stopped there, so on 4th and 1 we have to punt it away. But Stuckey on that play got to Matt Ryan before he even had a chance to hand it off. Stuckey really stepping up the last few games. And on 3rd and 9, pressure comes in late, but Jameson Nicholson does a good job of making sure that ball falls incomplete. So 1st and 10, we have the ball. Keith Marshall cuts upfield, cuts to the right, gets his blocks. Guys just miss him like it's the hot trend of the season, and Keith Marshall runs into the end zone for a touchdown, a 46-yard touchdown. Just perfect play from him. Cuts it upfield right when he needed to, cuts to the right, comes off that, accelerates again, making a bunch of guys miss him, and can just walk into the end zone untouched. Just an absolutely great play from Keith Marshall. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons, and a huge hit from Derek Milner right there. So on 2nd and 10, a play action, back to pass again. Matt Ryan has time to look around, throws one upfield for Jones. It's knocked around, and then Darren Stanley comes down with it for the interception. Cuts to the left to take it upfield. He takes it into the Falcons' half of the field. Great defensive play there. Stanley managing to catch the ball after Ifo Ekpreolumu knocked it down. And on 3rd and 5, we're looking for a first down here. Throws it to Mitchell, who somehow stays up there, rides that challenge, and turns it upfield for another couple of yards. And now on 3rd and 4, nothing open for Sitton, so he decides to run for it, goes for a juke there. The ball comes out after he's hit, and now the turnover for the Falcons. Just a complete lapse in judgment there. A quarterback has no business trying to pull out a juke on a defender when he does that. He should just be getting down and sliding. At least our defense is still out there for us. Christian Stuckey with the sack on Matt Ryan. And now on 2nd and 16 for the Falcons, play action. Matt Ryan dropping back to pass. A wide open play there in the middle of the field. Obviously, he's going to complete that one. Defenders come in to tackle him, but they're now down 2nd and 10 on the 22. I think my voice just broke, and our defenders get to him there, stopping him. Don't get the sack, but it's good enough. 3rd and 10 now. Matt Ryan looking around, manages to find a guy. First tackle is missed, and he goes into the end zone. So we were just up, we fumble, and now we're behind by 3. So not a lot of time left now, under a minute in the second half. Sugars gets a first down, gets out of bounds. 1st and 10, 47 seconds left. Sitting looking around, doesn't see anything. Stands, throws it upfield here for Malcolm Mitchell into the end zone. Mitchell catches it, but as he's tackled at the end, drops the ball. That was almost an incredible play. And on 3rd and inches here, Sitton looking to pass, doesn't see anything, does see a hole there to the right though, so he goes and picks up the first down, slides down. We've got timeout, so it's no worry. And on 2nd and 7, we're just settling for a field goal here though, so we get into better range, and then we're going to take a timeout with enough time to be able to just run out the clock as we kick this field goal. Time expires, and we go into the half 10 apiece. We also start the second half with the ball, so on 1st and 10 on the 23, the first play of the second half, Keith Marshall finds space there, nice juke, and picks up 8 yards. So the next play, 2nd and 1, play action by Lance Sitton, sees a wide open Tajay Sharp, lofts it up to him, he can pick up a bunch of yards as well. So we're moving the ball pretty well here to start the second half. 1st and 10, Sitton again manages to find Thomas there. Thomas turns it upfield and gets inside the 30-yard line there, really moving the ball quite well now. Sitton 2nd and 11, throws one out to DJ Foster, who trucks the first guy and manages to pick up a couple of yards after contact. 3rd and 3 now, Sitton rolling out to the right. There's nobody open for him, so he's going to run for it himself there. Gets knocked out just in front of it. I'm pretty sure he was out of bounds when he fumbled that, but we have to kick the field goal here. But we do go up now, 13-10, and we've just got to stop the Falcons from moving the ball, and we don't do it there. Nice, easy completion to his tight end there for Matt Ryan. So 1st and 10, they run with it with Coleman. First tackle broken. Jameson Nicholson closing in on him. Second tackle broken again, and finally Ifo Ekbreolumu gets him out of bounds, but he broke 2 tackles before he was finally tackled. 1st and 10, Jameson Nicholson coming in, broken tackle again, and Freeman goes into the end zone. We rarely see Jameson Nicholson have his tackles broken. 2 in a row there from drives and go in for the touchdown. We're down 13-7. Sitton had a guy open right in front of him, but decides to go for it himself, and he picks up 17 yards or so, so it's not a bad run. And on 1st and 20 after a hold, Sitton gets hit as he's about to throw it, and he fumbles the ball, and the Falcons pick it up inside our 25-yard line. 2nd and inches on the 3. Pass completion to the 1-yard line. So it's goal line defense time, and Stuckey there comes off his man and tackles Freeman for a loss. We're confident in our goal line defense, but it can't hold forever, and there's a wide open tight end. I should have checked the assignments. Sometimes you forget, and it turns into a touchdown. So on 3rd and 4 now, we've got to move the ball again. A completion, or would have been a completion to Coleman, but it's a drop pass. So we go for it on 4th and 4, this time to Tajay Sharp, who catches it, goes out of bounds. So we complete the pass there for the first down. Our 3rd and 13 for Sitton. Looking around, lofts one up for Mitchell, and is picked off by Desmond Trufant. Only his 3rd interception of the season, but it wasn't the best throw, and Desmond Trufant just beats Mitchell to the ball. So another turnover today. And on 1st and 10, out to the right, Sherrill had a hand on Freeman, but absolutely nothing happened. Then he shakes off Nickerson, and he's just going to run into the end zone now. Nobody's going to catch him. Sherrill was the first guy there with the diving tackle, but his hand did absolutely nothing to Freeman, and now they kick the extra point, which we block. Our first blocked kick, but Derek Milner overran the ball. They managed to pick it up, and no, he's seriously not going to run into the end zone now. There's a guy to stop him, but he doesn't. That's Buttram, the rookie, failing to stop him, and they take it in for the 2-point conversion. We block the extra point, and they go in for 2. And now we find ourselves in another 4th down situation. 4th and 6, completes to Sugars, who manages to pick up the first down there. We've really got to get something going here. 3rd and 5, Sitton looking back, launches one up for Mitchell, and it's picked off again. We've had to start forcing them deep, and that's what happens when you do that. You throw interceptions. Our defense looks after us, gets us the ball back, and there's a completion to Mitchell. He goes out of bounds, just short of the first down. 1st and 10 on the 37. Sitton looking around again. Throws another one up. That's a nice throw and catch there to Sugars. Great play. Gets us a first down. Now 2nd and 6 on the 17. Throws one and it's picked off again. I cannot believe what is happening. We're just forcing too many passes, trying to get some points at this stage in the game. Freeman out to the left. Stanley slips on the floor trying to get in, but Kevin Pierre-Lewis tackles him. Now 2nd and 13 on the 2-yard line. Stuckey in with the blitz, and he gets to Matt Ryan before Matt Ryan can hand off the ball, and Stuckey gets his first career safety there. The defense isn't giving up in this game. We're now sitting 3rd and 10, looking around, 2 minutes 44 left. He's going to run with it. He's looking for the first down, dives, fumbles the ball again. That's his 4th fumble. And then we do manage to pick up the first down. 2nd and 16 here. Sitton hit again before he can throw it. This time it falls incomplete. 4th and 16. Looking for a first down. Throws it. Antoine Wall catches it. But it came out right at the end. And that is how the game ends there.
Wow. I mean, wow. It's only a matter of time before, you know, something like this was bound to happen. But to this extent, at this level, I never expect. I'm not blaming anybody individually, but it wasn't a very good performance by any regard by Lance Sitton. Now, they say bad luck comes in 3 interceptions and more than 3 fumbles, but I'm not saying now that game was bad luck, but you know what I mean. Just nothing worked, and once we got behind, we had to start throwing the ball downfield, and things were just getting picked off left, right, and center. I mean, rushing worked, 11 attempts, 98 yards, but that's also based off one big run at the start. Some of these fumbles were stupid ones that just came out when he was already tackled or already pretty much out of bounds. They're just, I find, dumb.
They weren't lost fumbles. I don't know how many you lost, but it wasn't more than 2. Receiving, obviously not much going on. We didn't really throw much. Well, some of the defenders probably have better receiving stats than us. Our defense wasn't that great either. Now, some of those missed tackles were a little bit suspect, as and I highlighted one by Cheryl, our outside linebacker, that probably at least should have made a difference to the running back, but didn't. But once again, you can't dwell on things like that. Christian Stuckey had a good game. He had a sack. So did Kevin Pierre-Louis. The linebacker's doing all the work today, apparently. Interception for Darren Stanley, which was good as well, but we had a good start, and then it all started to go a little bit apart. Obviously, no forced fumbles. We did, however, have a safety by Christian Stuckey, but that's, you know, the positives there stopped pretty quickly. We did have injuries in that game, and 2 injuries, and looks like we've got luck. Those weren't long-term injuries. One player has regressed, let me guess. Obviously, absolutely no surprise there. Carrying down, awareness down. We trade wins with the Falcons. We beat them at their stadium, they beat us at our stadium, and we're gonna start Logan Tammy. Now, that's obviously a joke. I've never done that. I never did that with Christian Hackenberg. I didn't drop him because of a bad game. It's because what he was doing was there were many games where I started to feel a decrease. However, I necessarily didn't feel at any point anything he did was exclusively his fault. Maybe it was just a tough throw that was likely to get picked off, something like that. The fumbles are a bit stupid. One of them was he should have slid. Quarterbacks have got no business juking out there. The other one again was as he was throwing, which is just unlucky. That's bad timing. If someone manages to hit your quarterback right as he cocks back to let go, you can't really expect him to hold on in that situation. I also felt that once things started to get a bit bad, it got worse. And I don't think that's a mechanic or anything, but it just did feel like that. Maybe it was personal to me, who knows? But that was just a complete wild game that, I mean, it was just mad. For an example of how crazy that game was, just take the time we blocked the extra point, overrun the fumble so they pick it up and take it in for 2 points. That perfectly summarizes this game. It was absolutely crazy. So we're going to scout college players. Next episode, we're going to play the Cowboys, who we haven't played yet, I don't think, this entire time. So that'll be a completely new team for us. Obviously, we know the kind of things we're expecting there, and they are good. 6-2. Obviously, we're 7-1. And it could spell trouble on the back of our worst game of the season. But what we're going to do right now, let's take a quick look at the standings, see how everybody's doing, because obviously everyone has played at least 8 games now. I'm just going to fly through these, starting with mine. I'm just pointing out the division leaders rather than going through all the rest. You can just read the rest if you're interested in them. So obviously we're leading our division and by 3 games. NFC East, Cowboys leading, but it's close. Everyone else has got 5. The NFC West has got to be the worst division in the NFL if their leaders are 4-5 and everyone else has got 2 wins. Well, the AFC North's challenging. I mean, it's not that bad, 5-4-3-2, but AFC South, Texans leading, Colts right behind them. In the East, the Patriots are 3rd, Bills are 1st, 6-2. In the West, Chiefs are perfect, so we dropped our game. We went 7-1. The Chiefs are perfect, 9-0. In the NFC North, the Bears are the best team, and no surprise, they have Gabriel Bidwell on their team. But they're tied with the Lions. I don't know about the divisional records, and then we're back down to us again. Well, it's not the best note to end an episode on, having lost quite horribly. But next episode, we'll take a look at our team's stats halfway through the season, how everybody's doing, what they're projected to finish with. And I believe maybe awards are open as well, so we'll take a look to see if anybody's in line to win an award this year. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let's never speak about that game again.